Something absolutely insane happened during Randori a couple of weeks ago at my dojo. My sensei is about a middle-aged man, and don't get me wrong, he's very much in shape. He's probably around 11% body fat and stays there year-round, lean, has muscle. He is a bit shorter than me, but don't let that deceive you. Size does not really equal the rate at which somebody can flip you on your back. In the past, when I was a green belt, it was definitely more of a challenge when I was fighting my sensei. Even till this day, it still is. Like, it's never really gonna get easy fighting a super experienced person. It was extremely tough, man. Like, he would get these unbreakable grips on me. He would throw me with this weird spinning foot sweep. The last thing I remember is being on my back, and he would lift me and I'd be thrown on my back. I was like, whoa. And when it comes to me, the difference between back then and now, I've been doing a lot more randori. Another thing that I did to improve my technique was doing tons of reps on my grappling dummy at home and going to the gym, just doing my strength lifts. All of those combined, on top of going to do randori at the dojo, like, man, if you can combine those two, you're gonna be one of the best judokas in your club. Usually we do about 6 to 10 rounds of tough randori, like 3 minutes long. And it's not just any club, it's very competitive, like Olympic level athletes train here. So I decided to go against him. I asked him if he wants to fight around. I don't remember how the fight went originally, but I think we were pretty equal. But then I reach for top grip, and I have more of an advantage to do so because I'm taller. And he had one of these easy or thin gis, not like, these rough gis that, like the really thick gis that kind of like rough up your fingertips that are really hard to grip, like the heavy ones. No, he didn't have one of those. He had like the thin ones, so I guess that gave me also an advantage. All the signs were there. The stars lined up for that day. So I grabbed him with top grip, and I had his sleeve hand, and I did one of Ono's like posture breaking moves where I would, like side shuffle backwards and use momentum, use my legs. So I did that. I pulled him back to break his posture and create an opening for me, and that's when I just launched. Like, I stuck my right foot in between his legs for Uchimata, pulled the hell out of his upper body with Kazushi, and like brought my left foot in. Last thing I remember, I whipped him in the air. It wasn't no freaking like Ken like shitty Uchimata. It was a legit clean lift both of his feet off of the ground. And I didn't see it because when you're throwing somebody, you can't see them flying through the air. Last thing I remember hearing is his hand slapping the mat. I turn around, I look at him, and he's on his knees, and he like slaps the mat in frustration. And he looks at me, he's like, good job, good job, good job. Kind of like shocked in a way, because like I guess he can see that I'm getting better and I'm earning his respect. And boy, at that moment, my mind just flooded with a feeling of accomplishment, a little ego, not gonna lie, some momentum. I'm like, yes, I'm winning, I'm getting better. And like, it was one of the best judo nights of my life, and it's a highlight for sure and a milestone. Like, imagine getting to the point where you're training a lot and you get to the point where you throw your sensei, bro. Like the one guy who was like teaching you and like kicking your ass in randori. One of the best judo nights ever, man. I'm gonna take you through a full day of training, how I train so I can continue to throw my senseis. I remember at this dojo I used to go to, my sensei would always ask me, because I would come to the dojo always performing a new technique, and he would look at me like, yo, where did you learn that? And then I told him YouTube. Then like every time I would come and I'd do a new move, he's like, let me guess, you learned that from YouTube, right? And I'm like, yeah, because you don't freaking teach me any good stuff. But anyways, guys, this is what I would do, man. Like, I love training with the dummy. It's so versatile. It's so convenient because it's literally at the comfort of your own home. You don't have to go to the dojo like 30 minutes away from your house and all tired after work. You can just come home and you see your dummy, and just seeing that there is a good reminder to lock in your judo habits. Now I really like to stretch just so I don't tear anything. I noticed when you're really practicing like a low uchimata, getting down like that, I've kind of strained this muscle here. So before I do these intentful workouts with the uchimata, I make sure to really stretch that back muscle like this. So now basically I'm just gonna finish my workout. I'm gonna get about 50, so 35 throws left. Basically what I did was I like broke his posture like that. Like that, it's all momentum. But basically when you do that, it causes an opening because he opens his legs, and that's an opportunity for you to do your uchimata, and that's how I did it. This is how I would train on sunny fall afternoons. Back in 2018, I would go outside with this dummy, not this dummy, but an old dummy. Sometimes I would set up a mat and I would practice hundreds of reps of either uchikomis like this, osotogari, or doing tons of throws until I fully mastered it. And then by the time I went to the dojo, everybody week by week would see my improvements. Everybody was asking me for tips. They're like, Joey, how the heck did you get so good so fast? There's this guy who I started judo with around the same time. We were both white belts when we started in 2018. And I remember I mastered uchimata before him. And it was because I do this. I do the work on top of the dojo while everybody else just goes to the dojo and expects to get good. And that's probably what you're doing too. You're probably a hobbyist, which is okay, but if you want to get good fast, you have to do extra work. If you want to be better than everybody else, you got to do more than everybody else. And it looks like this: buying a grappling dummy, doing tons of reps, tons of uchikomis. If you don't have a dummy, at least you could do like shadow uchikomis. You could buy an elastic band, and you could do uchikomis with that. Just be resourceful and don't make excuses. All right, so now I'm gonna go to the gym and hit some legs. I whipped up some electrolytes in this bottle after doing my 50 throws. I don't want to get dehydrated. Other than your forearm grip strength, lower body is the most important muscle for judo. Because think of it, all of the impulse, all of the momentum comes from your lower body. That shuffle that I was talking to you about, that I broke my sensei's balance with, it all comes from where? The lower body. So I don't complicate anymore, guys. I worked on the explosivity with kettlebell swings. In the beginning, you saw me do some front squats, and finally here for some snatches. And then I finished up with some squats, just because back squats, it kind of compromises my shoulder because I had a shoulder injury. So yeah, that's that simple, guys. It's those 3 exercises, and do it twice a week. Exhausted, I'm on my way back home from the gym. That's what it takes, man. It's honestly not that hard. Like, this is just a standard balanced training day in the life, like of a advanced player. Like, you don't really have to do a whole lot. I'm not trying to encourage you guys to work to like be lazy, but if your goals aren't to be a professional fighter or an Olympic judoka, you don't really have to be a slave to your work. It's literally what I was saying on my Instagram story to my followers over there. Like, be a hard worker, absolutely, but like I said, don't be a slave. I only go to the gym 4 times a week, and they're less than like 40-minute workouts. I do like 25 to 50 judo dummy throws with some stretching, sometimes bands, and I go to the dojo as of recently 1 to 2 times a week, but when I'm not so busy, I definitely go like 2 to 3 times. So again, man, if you are a serious judoka and you want to improve your skills quick, man, and you like the way I train, or a woman, and you want to work with me and you want my help to help accelerate the progress that you make, setting up a personalized judo training routine at home, at the gym, and how to use your time efficiently at the dojo,
And also, if you're fat and you want to get in shape, I can also, I help my clients also get leaner with nutrition, because I'm a nutritionist, if some of you guys don't know out there. If you're interested in my services, man, and you want to work with me one-on-one, top link in the description, book a call with me, and we'll see if you are a good fit for my programs. That's about all I got for you guys. I just arrived home, and I'll see you in the next video.